Good morning, dear students. Welcome to this class on pre-stressed concrete. Uh, we are in Unit 2 of your syllabus. Last session, we have discussed about these anchoring devices exclusively for these three actions like wedge action, direct bearing, and looping the wires. Just going through quickly what has happened in the last session. So there are some systems we have picked up to explain wedge action, which is Fresnel system and Gifford system, Lee system, and also Magnell-Blatten system. And based on direct bearing, there is BBRV system. And for looping, you have bar and Leonhardt system, Leoba and Guidog single bar anchorage systems. So these things will work on this looping the wires. So this is what we talked in the last session. Right, coming to this session. So for the last session, I told you to add the nodes for each type of system, like wedge actions, what we have talked about, Fresnel system, add the nodes from the prescribed textbook, as well as Gifford Woodall system, Lee Magnell Blatten. For all these four systems, you add nodes, okay, while preparing the nodes. Coming to sequence of anchoring. Okay, what we do exactly when we anchor? Okay, right. So first comes placing of anchor block and wedges. Okay, so this the line diagram that is shown here. Okay, anchoring device, anchor, and okay, uh, positioning of the jock. Okay, so the diagrams that you see here, anchor block, anchor block, okay, and wedges. Okay, wedges are being pushed through the uh, rods, I mean HTS bars. Okay, but not to be in position. Just they'll be placed in position, but they'll be fitted once the jacking operation is done. Then comes the jock, hydraulic jock. Okay, then the stressing will happen. So the uh, HTS bars will be pulled. Okay, tensioning operation. You operate the hydraulic jock that will pull the tendons. Then seating of wedges. Then you push these wedges to their position to have a grip over this pulled tendons. Unless otherwise, you cannot remove this hydraulic jock. Okay, so jocking is done means pulling is done. Once pulling is happened, then push the wedges to seat to fit it into the position. Then you can release this jock so that wedges comes into picture, comes into action, and then hold the bars. Okay, so this is very crucial. Okay, where if you leave it here, then the bars will go back to its original position. Complete stress, whatever you imparted, will be zero again. So this is the final form of anchoring device. The whatever you see it here, the end block or anchor block. Okay, and the sheeting duct, all that is shown in a picture. Okay, so these are strands that you see, and this is the permanent grout cap if you want to have, optional, otherwise no need for a cap. Then the wedges, what you see is something like a wire, and then around that you will see the wedge. Okay, then the anchor head is the anchor head bearing plate against which this uh, the tendons will be hold against. Okay, the trumpet which guides the bars through this duct. Okay, so this is a final form of anchoring device. Okay, so bars, what we need for post tensioning is we have to tension the tendon, then uh, sustain that the tension value that is being imparted to the uh, bar. Means you have to hold the wire in position. That is a job required. So that is done by this anchoring device. Okay, right. The extruded sketch is shown here. What is there inside of each thing inside? Okay, so the strands, jock piston, hydraulic jock piston. Okay, then pressure plate, jaws, whatever is inside it is shown here. Guide. Okay, then tendons, sheathing, all that being just open up and show. This is what is extruded sketch. Okay, whatever for this previous sketch, you can't see what is inside. Now it is the extruded version of that one. Okay, so this is how jacking operation will happen, and the final form of the anchoring devices. Okay, so sequence of anchoring means step by step procedure for anchoring is like this. So first we will place the anchor block, and then we place the wedges, then we will position the jock comes into picture, then tensioning is done, stressing, what is called stressing means pulling the tendons, then seating the wedges means sealing, like, okay, you have to seal that. Okay, rod, I mean HTS wire must be sealed so that it cannot go back to its original position. Okay, you have pulled the tendon, it has to be staying there, right? So that is shown as a picture. Then the extruded form, okay, of the anchoring device, right? And next comes couplers, which are optional. You may have or may not have the coupler. The purpose of this coupler is to connect strands or bars which are separate actually. So the purpose of coupler is just to connect strands or bars. Where they will be? They will be located at the junction of the members, one member to the other member. Okay, if they are like just guiding things. Okay, for example, at the columns in the post tension slabs. Okay, on piers. Okay, in post tension bridge decks. Okay, the couplers are used to transmit the full capacity of strands or bars, right? So these couplers will do that job. It is optional only whether you want to have it or not. It's your wish, right? So couplers are just to connect strands or bars. So one of such diagram is seen here. So the everything that you see, sleeve, coupling head will be there, and grout tube is arranged, bearing plate, compression fittings, steel band, then duct. Okay, all this is now something like coupling, and there are variety of now coupling equipment available. So one such is shown here, Davidog system, which is coupling the, the coupler here. Okay, so this what you see is a coupling mechanism. Okay, just taking the bars to continue. Okay, from one thing to the other thing, like from one member to the other member. Likewise, from joints like slab to column, something like that. Okay, this is another picture of the same. Okay, Davidog system. Uh, they are couplers. Okay, and the coupler for strands will something like this. Will be like this for strands. Okay, right. So these are just optional devices, couplers of different no, companies. Like first one is VSL. International Limited, and then Davidog International Limited. The other one, same Davidog, and then for strands, the Davidog system, which is west extensively used uh, in the couplers category, right? Then talking about grouting, okay, because grouting gives you the bond between this HTS wires and the grouting material, and ungrounded also. Uh, there will be two types of post tensioning systems. One is grouted and ungrouted. We say bonded, unbonded, right? So grouting, if it is done, we say bonded tendons. The grouting is not done, we say unbonded tendons. So grouting is just filling the duct which is left for placing the HTS wires or strands. So high tensile steel wire to place, we leave a place called duct with a material that provides an anti-corrosive alkaline environment to the pre-stressing steel, and also a strong bond between the tendon and the surrounding grout. Okay, so this is the grout purpose. Just filling the duct which can provide anti-corrosive alkaline environment to the pre-stressing steel. Okay, and also it is anti-corrosive as well as strong bond can have between the tendon and the grout. Okay, so the major part of grout comprises of water and cement majorly, with a water cement ratio of about 0.5. Okay, right? So water cement ratio shall be maintained at 0.5 together with some water reducing admixtures or expansion agents, or maybe pozzolas can be added. Okay, right. So the grout equipment, I'll just show you in a picture where the ingredients are mixed, and then the grout is pumped to the duct. Okay, so this is the grouting equipment which can be operated uh, by just mixing the quantities and then pumping them through this pump. Okay, so this is how it is going to work. There is a motor fitted here. Okay, just to mix the quantity, just water and cement, maybe some um, admixtures like water reducing admixtures or expansion agents or pozzolanas. Maybe the powder admixtures, powdered or liquid admixtures can be used. Okay, so this is about the grouting equipment. Right, so that's about today's session to exclusively talk about these a sequence of anchoring, what exactly we do in anchoring, and step by step procedure in anchoring, like placing of anchor block and wedges. Okay, and the positioning of the jock, then stressing, then seating of wedges. Okay, then this is the final form of anchoring device. Then extruded sketch. Then we have just talked about the couplers with different companies offering like VSL, Davidoff Systems. And then what is grouting and what is the purpose of grouting? What is a grout? How we grout it? All that, okay, is being discussed. Right. So next session we'll talk about uh, post-tensioned bridge girders manufacturing. Just one example, just like as we have seen in pre-tensioned system, railway sleeper manufacturing example. Here also we'll see one example of preparing a post-tension bridge girder. Okay, right. Thank you.